Hello everyone, and welcome back to AntiChamber. I actually played this and had everything recorded with commentary live going throughout, and I completely spaced. Somehow I didn't record a single thing, and it was quite frustrating. I was quite upset by it. But here we are, I'm doing this in post. I do actually manage to beat the game, and this particular recording is going to be split up into two parts, so you guys will be able to see it in relatively short increments, but it'll also go upload and be there much quicker. So basically what I do here at the beginning is I cross the part where you can walk, although it suggests that you jump initially. When I walk across, I take two lefts and grab some blocks, and then go up this little elevator part by using the middle mouse function. And that drops us up here to a layer that has the red gun. So now we are basically able to get to the final weapon here, the final tool. There's that dark room again that I couldn't figure out how to do. Now this is a kind of challenging puzzle, because what you do here is you kind of have to drag the tubing, the blocks, into certain directions, and then you can split it and then drag in another direction. But you see, they also fill back in if they make it to the end, so you don't want to overzealously do this. Also, as you can see, it also takes it off of the end there too, so I'm going to break off these two blocks and then drag this up to the top, and then those replace, and then I'll break off one of these and drag these away, and then those replace. Very easy, very simple, straightforward kind of stuff. This portion actually takes me a few minutes when I'm doing it though. So, also I discovered at this point you could also drag like partially way through a set of blocks, and it would be able to continue through that set. So it's like, oh yeah, I got more blocks than I actually anticipated having, so I'm able to drag from this point and drag up around the corner there, and it'll still flow through fine, except that I actually ran out of blocks there, and it quit flowing properly. Little hiccup on my end here. There we go. So yeah, at this point I'm basically just shifting around blocks. I didn't want to lose that one. If I lost that one, I would have been completely over. And there is the red gun. I am quite happy to receive it. The little blocks turn into red. This is like the ultimate tool. So it has all the same features and functions as the previous weapons, the previous block guns, except for this one you can hold middle mouse and right click, and it will suck in all the blocks that are attached to that particular piece, which allows me to open up this particular door, although they do respawn right there. You can also hold down middle mouse and left click, and it spreads out like that, which actually is pretty darn sweet. It makes almost all the block puzzles significantly easier. And now, since I have the red gun, this exit is actually going to be considered an exit the next time I see it. Alright, so what I can do here at this point is I have the green door here, and I have a red door on the opposite side. The red door is the one I haven't done yet, and this one I've done, so I don't need to worry about that. I need to worry about this red door here. Now, if I go through this doorway, it's going to eat up all my blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some back here just in case I might need them. No big deal. Walk through here. It takes away my blocks. Pull out these guys. Pull them out. Go on. I guess I was kind of hesitating on this. I don't know why. So if you hold middle mouse and right click, it's going to draw them out, but it also duplicates the block. So as you can see here, I'm basically making infinite blocks, and I can just keep doing this. It's very convenient. So I'm going to put these guys back into here and spread it, and they will fill all the holes. I'll go out and around this side, and then drain them all right back out, so that way I can have the blocks fill in this one little hole right behind me here. Go through this, and yay, now I get all these blocks here. On this little hallway portion here, I knew that I was going to fall, and I do, like, immediately, but I don't take the route that's down here at the bottom like I think I ought to. What I end up doing is, after a couple of really lame attempts down here at the bottom, I'm going to realize that I could just elevator myself up like I do over the up sign. So this actually suggests that I go back through the screen pathway. I can't figure out this. I try so hard. You can't actually put blocks into it, but you can take blocks out. So it's like, See, if I'm like holding middle mouse and then left clicking, you'd think it would let me spread it. No, it doesn't let me spread anything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that one. Maybe I'd break a block and then move something, and then break a block and then move something. Maybe that would work. But as is, that I was having a lot of trouble with this. As you can see, I tried to make this into what I thought was going to be the actual effect, what was going to complete this for me. So what I do here is I think, oh, well, I'm going to make some stairs going up. Yeah, no, this is a terrible idea. Don't do this. Because next I'm going to have to make stairs right here, which I can't hop over, so then I'm going to have to make stairs to get onto those stairs, and then I'm going to have to make more stairs once I'm up on those stairs anyway. So I have to go over here and make like a platform, and I tried doing this to elevate me. Nah, that doesn't work. Oh, apparently I caught a vent right there somehow. So I tried jumping over here, realized that I'd moved far, far too fast, and then I realized, oh wait, I could just elevator myself. So I draw back in all these red blocks. Very, very nice and convenient, this red gun. Still waiting on them to draw in. There we go. And then I go back over to this for whatever reason and assume that it's going to actually help me. But no. We're gonna just do this, because that's when I realized, oh yeah, I could have just totally elevated myself. Get up here and go through here. Can't do everything yourself, so now you turn around, and I'm now in a completely different room. Now this room is completely irrelevant. So there's a yellow on the opposite side, we're in a blue, we look through that, now we're looking at the blue, and there's nothing over here. Look back. I have no idea what to do with these rooms. I got stuck in here, and I just kind of looked around and looked around and looked around. I have no idea what's going on with these. So if you guys happen to know what to do with the cyan and yellow rooms with the black in the middle, let me know in the comment section below, because I have no clue what this is. I see a hole there in the middle of the floor, but I don't know. This is not actually how I get to the end of the game. In any case, I'm still poking around here. Still poking around, poking around, poking around. I try looking through. Tell you what, let's just make a jump cut right here to when it actually is in a good position. Okay, here we are. We're back again, and we're now back into the AntiChamber. I believe we end up taking our walk of faith because I realized that back here on the far side there was the red blocks that are just underneath this thing. Now if I can actually hit that lowest one with the middle mouse, I can claim this whole wall. So what I'm going to try and do here is I should have really gone up for the blue blocks up on the first floor, walked across, then came back and jumped down. But I didn't do that. I slowly tried to pick my way at this. I eventually nicked this at the bottom, get it with a middle mouse, and drain it into my gun so it doesn't actually break the blocks themselves. There we go. And then I place it back in and fill it out. So when it fills out, it touches the other pieces on here and it drains those back in with it. So I took out the middle block there. We're going to do that again. And take out the two smaller bits there on the sides, as well as the one on the top. Place all those in there. And then just kind of spread them back out on that side. So that way I have some to take with me, go through the wall. It doesn't actually take my blocks for whatever reason. I thought it would. And now we are at the actual finish line, the end. We go through that and it takes the blocks. So no point in keeping it. And now the exit sign is actually an exit. Various shades of gray and a gray stairway going up to some green, and then there's the black cube. That's the ultimate goal of this. I've been wondering what the heck that was, but that is the actual goal. Here we have a little trampoline thing. It's pretty basic, doing the same thing that I always fail at doing, actually using the trampoline effectively. Let me go through this, and we're at one of the Deja Vu tunnels. I think it went down the left, so I decided to follow it on the left side here. And that puts me back through one of these rooms because it literally just looped me back. Like, hey, I just made a U-turn in those stairways. Except now that there's actually a pathway to go through right there. So instead of going the floor path, which I feel like will loop me back up to where I just came from, I decide to take the trampoline, which I'm still bad at, and I go up here. Now this portion is kind of confusing because you get all these different colored light things here, and you're looking basically for the green one, or the blue one, excuse me. So the green is what you start out in, which is right here, and I'm looking to try and come out of the blue. So I have to figure out a way to find that one. Now I end up looking through most of these little window panes from the back, and I don't really find the blue one for a few minutes here. It's not actually the blue panel either, so go figure there. It's not that one. It is, I think, the white one here. Yeah, it's the white one here. So we go through, and now we are in some completely different area. Now if I look behind me, there is the block, but I have this little ring, this circle thing, and I'm stuck in this cube, but I don't know how to get out. Well, if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. So what I do is I look at the circle, and then I just back out and do the same thing here. As long as I don't actually see that wall, that panel, it doesn't actually happen. And this right here, you've got a eye. You stare at the eye, and then you use the little jump pad to jump across and go through the eye, but the eye respawns very, very quickly. So you kind of have to like time it. I don't time it. I like go up there and sit next to it, and then it disappears, and then I lose my shot. So it's about to disappear. You jump up and go through. This will try and bounce you back, but it doesn't throw me back through because he had already sealed back up. Go up the stairs on the side, and now we're on the other side of that little two-way corridor we were just in. Almost there. Now we do have to drop down one of these sets of stairs, actually. So don't feel too bad if you have to do these. The block is still above us there. You don't actually have to go down this one, though, because this is kind of like the, oh, I fell down to the bottom, I gotta restart kind of thing. Because you can't go back up this way. You gotta go back up on the other side, which I will figure out here in a second. There it is. Coming back up. And in this room, you kind of have to walk and take it very, very slowly, although I don't realize this initially. What I end up doing is I fall at the top because there's a little platform, that a little wall that stops you from going through the door at the top end, and you have to force these balls to break the platforms. So I slowly step my way across here, and we get up here to the top floor, and then here's this little wall. Well, I can't go through it, but the balls have just broken the floor out beneath me, and now I have to start that over, so fail. What you actually have to do is there's a side path up there at that top platform, and you kind of go off on the side path, and it lets you avoid the destruction from the little balls bouncing around. Also, the blocks that disappear naturally, that only appear when you're standing next to them, those don't seem to be affected by these little energy balls, So as you can see right here, this little path appears. It caught my eye, so I followed it over here, and I was like, well, what's this for? Well, it turns out if you just move around on it, the balls will break this door right here when they start going hyperactive. So I'm going to stand back out here on this little platform, and then I'm going to just kind of move side to side to get those balls moving, and now the door is open, and I go out the door. And here we are, home stretch, final hallway, final super puzzle. We got an elephant. The super puzzle is not actually that difficult in all considerations. It's just very, very tedious. You have to get to the end to get to the beginning to get out. So I can't actually get this red block through here. I thought I could, but I cannot. As you no doubt can see, I am failing at collecting it, obviously. And pop through here, pop through here. And again, more little micro puzzles here along the way. Again, more stuff I can't actually do with no blocks. So what I'm supposed to do is just go through each of these little laser beams, and they open the doors for me. Keep working my way around. This is another two fill spaces that I don't have any blocks for. Another room with no blocks. Can't actually touch the guy yet. Another room, no blocks. No blocks. This one's actually kind of drops quick. That one's got blocks, block holders, but I can't get them. Can't touch those blocks yet either. Go through the little chamber there. And we still see the red blocks. Can't actually reach them. Can't go to that either. I know I'm just pretty much dictating what's going on screen here, but this really took me... I was like, I have no idea how I got here. I hope I just do it right. That's all I was worried about. Now inside this little area here, there's nothing too special going on. Obviously there's a little tunnel there that you have to move blocks through, basically. You take that platform up, you go over here, you pass through these lasers here, and the lasers here, and we're almost there. Can't fall through any of these floors like I was thinking I might be able to. And drop down here, we have a little chair. Appreciate the entire journey when looking back. And then we can drain out these red blocks right here. I do drain quite a few of these. I don't actually have to. I realize here in a second what I should be doing. Alright, once you have collected your red blocks, use those to elevate yourself back up the platform that you have just dropped down, as I'm doing right here. I go ahead and take these back with me, although I don't think it's actually necessary. What I do at this point is I then spread it all into here, and at this point you also drain. So basically you're not middle click, right click drain, but middle click and then drag it away. So that way it forces all the blocks on the inside to pull out. And once you have all those out, you can just kind of duck under and continue on your merry business. You also have to do the same thing here, so you place one right there, spread it, just keep it spreading, keep it spreading, Warmack. There you go. Now you'll pull that all the way out. More out than that, I'm afraid. Alright, and so I just kind of pull them over here into the corner, and it gets on out, drains everything, very good, and I leave. On this next portion here, we have to drop down on the orange chamber by using incrementally lower going trampolining. I think this would actually probably be easier if you place a little block at the edge when you reach the bottom zenith, I guess, the lowest point you possibly can get to, but I just kind of stubbornly stick to it and I get it eventually. Now on this part I actually was like, well, what do I do? As I mentioned a moment ago, you can actually spread the blocks into here, so making it relatively simple. You just infinitely spread them in a big flat sheet with the red middle click, left click feature. So what you do is you place them on the inside of that little box to my right here, little window frame, which I seem to be struggling to find at this point in time. Seems quite obvious to me now, but I was thinking quite hard at this point while playing the game. Take that, spread, as you can see, it spreads all the way to the other side. Then we jump through and collect some. You don't have to collect all of it, and then you'll place that back into one of these and spread. And you just give it a couple moments to spread all the way through. It has to fill into the other side where it will make a box on that end. It also fills the remaining side on this end too. Really the only important part was just getting it to the opposite side. So as you can see there, it's all the way filled. We're just going to hop back through the gate here and then hop back through this portal as well, because there's nothing else I can actually do in this room. And at this point I'm supposed to claim some of the tiles out of the bottom here. I don't realize at the time that I could just draw it off the edge. I try and draw it off the middle. That's not going to work. I have to actually collect it off the edge. So once I actually get around to doing that here in a second, come on, take the blocks. God, past me is so dumb. Gaw. Come on. There we go. I could have probably just middle click, right click, and it would have probably drained a lot better for me. Right here I do the elevator thing again, because at least I do remember that much. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch myself on up here. And we're basically almost done now. What I do right here is you don't go through the particle barrier. You go right here and place the blocks into these holes. So you don't actually have to put all of them in here. I don't think. It doesn't actually seem to require this many. I seem to be contemplating this really hard right here. Place these, place those, place these. And you can't spread them. I tried. You just don't. And then once you're on the opposite side here, you can collect them all back out. Kind of convenient, I guess. And then in here, you click and spread. There you go. And then in here, you click and spread. Although I'm actually currently out of pieces, so I have to drain them back out and then place them up here and spread, drain them back out, place them up here and spread, drain them back out. And now I have infinite blocks, so I just place those back in there and continue on to the next little easy thing. Middle click, left click, middle click, left click, middle click, left click. Oh, I actually misplaced right there. Yeah, that's fine. Just middle click, left click, there we go. Place a single block right there, go around, very good. And every journey comes to an end. Place a block there, and final block there. Now we can go around to the opposite side of this and try and draw in the black cube. This doesn't actually work though. You have to middle click and then right click to draw in everything. So you literally drain the puzzles out of the room. And now we're in this really cool looking monochrome world that is frankly a little scary. You'll hear some thunder and lightning here in a second. There's what doesn't look like a floor below us. I'm not really sure, but these pathways go everywhere. There's up paths, down paths. I have no idea where everything is. I've seen someone beat the game before and seen just this ending. What they do once they reach this room, and normally people like jump down, but I'm like, well, where does this go? And I start wandering off down the path, and I don't realize that I should really just hop down. Alright, and here I jump down, and we arrive upon like the final thingy here. Now this thing starts opening as soon as I arrive to it, but I'm like, how do I get into it? I don't know how to get into it. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got this little black box here, and I think that it's a good idea to place it down on the ground. Because I think I'm supposed to shoot it at that, but it doesn't quite reach that far. So I have to recapture it, and then I like try and place it over here to jump across, but it kind of like sucks me in and doesn't actually let me go anywhere. So I jump on top of it, manage to get over that way, take it with me, and then move in a little bit closer and put it on that cube. Which actually locks in to this room. And we get this really cool effect going here where these three pillars become the AntiChamber A once they rotate properly. Can't escape. Now it's going to give a bit of a spin, and it will warp the shape of this into something like that. And now the ring is forming up around it to make the AntiChamber logo, which is the circle around the triangle with the little cube off in the corner. Except this one's completely black, a void in the center. And it starts sucking in the entirety of the world, which is a cool end for the puzzle game here. Not really sure what it all means. I look away for a second. I probably shouldn't have, because that was when everything Event Horizon's in. And that was AntiChamber, designed by Alexander Bruce and a couple other people here. You'll see their names, Robin Arnott. It was pretty cool. Siddhartha Bahurn. I really don't know exactly how I got to the point of getting the red. I know what I did, but I'm not sure how I got to it in the first place. It was just kind of like, well, that's obviously some sort of logical process to get there. I don't know. It was very... This game was quite the head trip, and then after you're done with that, it throws you into this, the black screen here. I have no idea what this is. There's literally nothing after this. There's no exit button for the game. You hit escape, nothing happens. You have to Control-Alt-Delete out of the game. It's really weird. In any case, that was AntiChamber, and I guess I'm going to just leave this as one episode instead of breaking it into two. You guys will have already noticed that by this point, because it'll be just one big finale episode. It was really, really confusing a game to play, but I eventually figured it out, and it was pretty cool ending, and pretty cool effects on the whole. I obviously didn't actually finish all the chambers, but I'm not sure if I'm smart enough to go back and finish the rest of them. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Warmack9, and I will see you next time.